Hello guys, welcome back to Van TV Media. Guys, if you're new, please just consider subscribe the channel and turn on the notification bell so that in case we do upload any story, you'll be the first one to view. Thank you guys for making this channel be where it is right now, cause if we are not you, we couldn't have reached where we are right now. I do appreciate so much for the new subscribers, and for the returning subscribers, I just happy with you guys. Continue supporting this channel so that you can hit 50k subscribers this month, guys, because you've made this channel to reach 25 subscribers, and we are heading to 50k subscribers, and I hope you will make us be where we are heading to. So we are going to Ghana, whereby you can see most of the time we African leaders are doing things that makes we people remain questioning ourselves. What are these things that our leaders are doing here in our African continent? Because you see some of the things, there are some of the agreements they are taking, they are signing with the foreigners that leaves us with the questions. So let us move to Ghana. There is an agreement that President of Ghana has done to the USA about military. It has shocked the nation. So the agreement, just watch out how this guy is saying about the agreement that President of Ghana has signed to the US military.
About foreign military bases on our continent. And I feel sad that Ghana is hosting one of these foreign military bases. Now, if you read the terms under which these military bases are established on our continent, you feel sad. You feel hopeless. In Ghana, we have allowed the United States of America to establish its military base on our soil. Under the agreement which allows the US to establish this military base, our head of state is stopped from entering that territory. The US military base is not accessible even to the head of state. As if that was not enough, in the agreement, we have committed to an arrangement under which if US soldiers come to Ghana and kill Ghanaians, Ghanaians cannot go to court to ask for redress. We have committed ourselves to an arrangement under which property destroyed by US soldiers in Ghana, if your property is destroyed by US soldiers in Ghana, you cannot go to court. We have given our frequencies for the use of the US military for free. Our frequencies are given to the US forces for free. When Ghanaians have to pay millions in order to get frequencies to establish radio stations and television stations and so on, the US can take it for free. Excuse me. Under the agreement, US soldiers entering Ghana are not subject to inspection. They are not subject to search. You can't search them. You can't look through their bags. You can't examine what is on their body. And when they leave, they are also not subject to customs inspection. They cannot be searched. US soldiers do not need passports to enter Ghana. They don't need passports to enter Ghana. All they need is their ID cards. Under these circumstances, we have given US soldiers privileges way and above diplomats. Because even the American ambassador needs a passport to enter Ghana. A US soldier does not need a passport to enter Ghana. In any case, what are these soldiers doing on our continent? What are they doing on our continent? Our leaders must ask themselves some interesting questions. Of course, they say that there's a global village, whatever that means, but they say that there's a global village. If this is a global village as they define, then everybody has interest everywhere. Now, if we decided to station a battalion of the US, of the Ghanaian army in Washington, what would happen? Now, if the US would not allow us to station a battalion in Washington, why do we then allow them to station a battalion on our soil? Ab initio, this arrangement means that we have accepted that we are inferior. And that is one of the reasons why we need to wake up and dismantle these arrangements in order to establish our equality and so on.
Right. Hope you've understood the agreement. My people, the president of Ghana signed a deal with the United States, with the US military, to put their to come to their land so that they can put their camp, military camp. Guys, this is the question. Why is it the US think of putting the military camp into the African nation, but they can't allow? We have not seen a scenario where Africans have gone to US to put their military military camp. How was it that the Africa used to allow the US to put the camp into Africa? We Africa usually there are some of the agreements that African leaders are doing that leaves the people of Africa have questions. Why the US decide to put military base into Africa, yet Africans, we've not seen scenario where Africans have gone to US to put their military base in US. So these people usually like to come to Africa to put their military base in terms of protecting Africa. Yet we Africa, we don't have, there's no fight we are experiencing. In Ghana, there's no fight. I've never heard of the fight that is happening in Ghana that can cause United States, the US to put the military base there. The second, you see, those people, those soldiers, when coming to the country, when going to the country, we say those laws that person who is not a soldier, those laws that are there, they doesn't follow those laws. They doesn't follow those routes of laws, whereby whenever someone gets in a country is supposed to be searched. Whenever someone gets in a country is supposed to have a visa card. When someone wants to get in a country is supposed to have a passport. When someone gets to a country is supposed to report to the officials to get into the country. But right here, you've heard from this gentleman, those soldiers, whenever they get into Ghana, there's nothing that is happening to them. There's no search, there's no visa. They just use their IDs, guys. They just use their IDs. They don't pay tax, my people. This is what is so shocking things that is happening in Ghana. These are things that is happening in Ghana. The agreement that the president of Ghana has signed to the military, the US military, in the base that is there in the Ghana, the US base. We African, we are like we are like obeying these people. We are, I don't know what I can term it as. We African, we have put those people, those white people, those US people, in a point where it's like we are fearing them. It's like we are putting them the first priority and the people of the nation to be the second priority or the third priority. I don't know what. Why is it that the guy can come into the country without a visa? A guy can come into a country without being searched. You don't know whether he's carrying a cocaine. You don't know whether he is carrying the things that is not supposed to be, the things that is not allowed to be get into the country. They are just getting into the country like they are home, like their houses, guys. This is what is happening in Ghana, and these things is this shows that the Ibrahim Traore, when the Ibrahim Traore decided to say no to the West people, no to the white military, no to the new coming from the West, it was the nice decision. These are the treatment that other countries like Burkina Faso, like Mali, like Niger said no. This is the kind of treatment that they disliked and said we are not allowing any military base in our nation, because these people are doing weird things. These people are doing things that are not I don't know what can I term it as. So guys, this is Ghana. You see, military base is located in Ghana. There's no war in Ghana. Those military, when coming to Ghana, they don't need a passport. They don't need a visa. When coming to Ghana, they are not allowed to be searched. They are not being searched to get into the Ghana. They are not getting any order from the Ghana's official. They just get in like their houses, like their homes, like toilets, guys. It's like toilets, whereby we can term Africa like the garbage, where the West comes in and out, This is all about the old leaders. This is all about the leaders that we have right now. They are putting the West people in front and the people of the land backwards. So what can you say about this? Is it right for the African countries to allow military base in the country? And what for? What can make African country to allow military base? What can make a country like Kenya to allow US military base to be located in Kenya? What for? Yet we have our own military. Yet we can't be allowed to go and put Kenyan military in United States. We can't be allowed to go put Kenyan military in France. There's no Ugandan military in US. There's no Ugandan military in France. There's no Ugandan military in UK. But they are the one coming to Africa to put their military, terming it like that they are protecting Africa. We don't know what they are coming to protect here in Africa. We don't know. We need answers. Whenever you are here and you are watching and you know what the US military used to come to Africa, what do they come to Africa to protect? This is the question that we are supposed to get. This is the question that needs answers. Why is it the US military are usually based here in Africa? Why is it they like putting their bases here in Africa? Because the other time we saw the US military base wanted to install military drone in Ivory Coast. What for? What for? So this is the African we have, and this African needs someone who can make it be greater, who can make this Africa to wake up and there is no other than Ibrahim Traore, the guy who decided not to allow any stupidity like this one happening in their country. Guys, just drop your comment and tell us if you know the main reason why the US military is usually based here in Africa. Why is it that the US military like putting their base here in Africa? And guys, let us meet in the next episode.